Hey, by the way, tonight's game, New York wins that outright.
You know he's on top. Million subs, he never gonna flop. Out of Chicago, where the streets don't sleep. Betting on games, making cash real deep. Crystal ball for sports, he knows the lines. He's a sports aficionado, the money he finds. From football to basketball, he's always on point. Predicting winners never disappoints. He's got that hustle, that Chicago vibe. Making moves on the streets, cash on the side. With E, you know it's always a bet. He's the king of the game, never forget.
Hello and welcome to the Etoft21sports show for December 23rd. How is everyone doing? My name is Eric. I'm the man behind Etoft21sports. Absolutely loaded episode for you today. My boy Jim, aka XFL Jim. Him and I will look back at week 16 plus share our bets for week 17. And Gino will have his horse racing bet of the day. Before we get all that, I'll say thank you to the sponsor of the show, PropX. Guys, if you're not using PropX, go to that app right up there. Download the app. Use promo code ETOFT21. That way they know old Uncle Rico sent you. Now, let's go ahead and let's see what Gino has a cooking for us with his horse racing of the day over at Santa Anita.
Big racing coming up this week. And now remember, because of some of the wet weather in Southern California, they moved opening day from Santa Anita. Not the day after Christmas. It's going to be December the 28th. So it's going to be on Sunday. They already have the races out, though. 11 races. It's a great card. If you need any help, go to drf.com, or you can check out the Daily Racing Forum YouTube channel. We have some previews of some of the big races. One of them is this race. It's the Grade 3 San Gabriel. This is going to be race number 9 on Sunday at Santa Anita. I like a horse, the number 1, Twirling Point, who is 20-1 on the morning line. So if you look at last year, Twirling Point faced a horse named Stay Hot, and he was only about a length behind Stay Hot. Stay Hot is probably going to be favored in this race. He's going to be one of the top betting choices. So he's 4-1, and you have 20-1 on Twirling Point. Now, if you look at this year, Twirling Point has raced 3 times. He has improved from last year to this year, and he's run sneaky good in the 3 races this year. He actually has trouble in 2 of the starts, and then another one he went just a mile and a half is too far. I think he's really kind of buried. His form is hidden, and he's going to be a very fair price. There's no monsters in this race at all. Nobody scares the heck out of you. Twirling Point is 20-1 on the morning line. Best of luck playing the races this weekend. Remember, anytime you need any help playing the races, head to drf.com, and Merry Christmas, everyone. Good luck, Eric, with all your wagers this week. Good luck.
Make sure to give my boy Gino a follow at It's Me, Gino B. Him and I are going to be starting doing some live stuff for DRF after the holiday season. Now let's go ahead. Let's welcome the man, the myth, the legend from Nebraska, my boy XFL Jim. Jim, how you doing, man?
What up? I'm doing good.
Jim, I never got a chance to ask you, how are you handling your girls at Nebraska not winning a national title?
Devastating. It was a devastating end of the season, but I think a lot of them do come back next year. So if they go back to back without winning a natty, things need to be put in perspective.
I will be honest, I am not the biggest volleyball connoisseur, and I should be.
I will also say the fact that the men's basketball team is doing so well does take the sting away a little bit.
Yeah, you guys had that buzzer beater from
against Illinois. Yeah.
Which leads us in a couple weeks. Jim, Chase, and I will be doing Gym Rats. We're live every single Saturday morning sharing our college basketball bets. Make sure to check that out, but we're not here to talk about that.
No, but you and me going face to face there, Eric. You can't at the start of the new year.
We're going face to face.
I think the next conference game that Nebraska plays is Michigan State at Nebraska.
See, when you get to my program status, we only start caring until March. Whatever.
Well, I mean, Pinnacle Bank is going to be sold the hell out. It'll be awesome.
It's typical Michigan State basketball. We can rebound, we can defend. If we can make it 3, we have a chance to do well. I mean, that's Michigan State in a nutshell right there. If we can make it 3, I don't know. Michigan can beat anyone. Michigan, the spread for LaSalle in Michigan was 40.5 early yesterday. And Michigan won by 52.
Yeah, I had the what did I have on that? I think I bet the under. I don't remember.
I'll tell you what, dude, you have not lived until you are sweating out on December 22nd in the afternoon, UTSA plus 8.5 and plus 360 on the money line against Seattle. You want to talk about living the life, dude? That is living the life. But college basketball, they'll be coming shortly. We're here to talk some NFL. Jim, interesting week. What is your big takeaway from the week, my friend?
I think first takeaway. I don't know if a team has quit more on a season than the Chiefs have probably quit on 2025. I think they're packing it up. They're ready to go on Cancun. They're in vacation mindset already. Like most of us in the regular workforce have been for the last 2 weeks. The Chiefs are there. They're already getting their vacations going. They got the tickets booked. They're going to Cancun. They're going across the sea. They're gonna have a great time.
I don't know, how can I refer to my new, I'll say friend. I'll say my new friend. Can I say that?
Say friend.
She is a huge Gardner Minshew fan. And we had a nice little talk about Gardner Minshew, her and I. So,
I mean, he's a serviceable backup. You got to at least admit that.
he sucks, dude.
He's a good backup, Eric. He is a good backup. It sucks that he tore his ACL. Who do they have now? Who's the Oladipo or whatever?
Dude, I have a bet that a little bit later, Jim.
Okay.
I have a bet that and a little bit later. You know what, dude? My boy, I'm starting to like this guy more and more. Minshew does suck.
He's a serviceable backup.
I have to write this DFS article, and I referred to him as jean shorts.
Yeah.
I just referred to him as jean shorts. And then David, who comes on my podcast, he texts me. He's like, "Your boy Jorts is just out with a torn ACL." So, my
takeaway. Who the
takeaway.
backup is, by the way? Who their backup, like the new backup, is now?
Who's that? Ripken?
Well, Shane Buechele.
Jesus Christ, dude, they are going deep. Like, so here's the thing. This is the thing. Like, I said last week, the level of quarterbacking is so low right now, and no one really understands it. If you really watched that Monday Night Football game and saw what Rivers was doing pre-snap, again, the level of quarterbacking is so fucking low in this league.
Do you feel like it's because they're not giving them time to like catch up to speed? Like they're expecting these rookies just to hop right in?
I think a lot of it has to do with the sets that they're running in college. I think that a lot of these quarterbacks that come up through college aren't like Rivers was a longtime starter at NC State. I think these quarterbacks only have like 1 or 2 years and are kind of thrust in right away, and they can't command the room. Like the one thing, there's this video going around of the kid from the Jets who had everyone around the sidelines talking to everyone. That's a 4-year starter in Missouri. So you know what I mean? I think that the quarterback's not having that experience, that helps them. Not running a pro level offense in the college helps them, hurts them as well. So, and they just aren't given time to learn. You know what I mean?
It's like multi-factor.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Rivers sat under Breeze for the first year.
I think so.
And Mahomes sat the first year, but what he was doing pre-snap was just absurd. And he's able to roll off the sofa with a freaking Miller Lite in hand. And I want him to win a game so bad. I'm going to bet the Colts money line just out of respect this week, because I absolutely love everything that Minshew is doing. Not Minshew, excuse me. Jesus. Rivers is doing. And it's going to be interesting to see, is he going to try to play longer?
Here's my thing. Maybe he tries to sit it out another 5 years, or he goes as long as he can to keep that insurance. He's got to keep that insurance going, dude.
Dude, he's got a fucking 2-year-old, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking A, man. Jesus. He needs to get snip. But my takeaway. Why does this always happen to the Lions? Now look, I'm not trying to be a Salte fan here. Yes, I'm a Lions fan, but I actually have a bet on them not to make the playoffs. I didn't love the offseason, especially the coordinator hires. They took shots on guys with no experience. We can make excuses for the defenses all we want with the injuries, but the offense, you hired Morton, that has been a huge miss. But that's not even why I'm here. It's about the officiating. Let's go back to the Kansas City game. Lions scored a touchdown. Then the NFL office buzzed the field and said the play was illegal. So it wasn't the crew on the field, Jim. It was the league office buzzed out and said it was a penalty. Then in the Eagles game, which was, Jim, that game was such a brutal fucking watch. None of those offenses could do anything. They called the weakest pass interference in the world to secure the game for the Eagles. Then the Rams game, Parkinson catches the ball well short. Hell, my boy Logan, who runs a Lions fan account, he was posting pictures of the ball hitting the ground. They ruled it a touchdown. They went to the Rams coach's office, and one of the Rams coaches was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? He was even amazed they called a touchdown. Then last Sunday, you get the PI on Tesla, which, okay, look, they call it 5 out of 10 times in the game. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But you're trying to tell me that St. Brown, all 158 pounds of him, is able to move. Jalen Ramsey turned into what is his name? James Harden, flopping on a basketball court. I mean, they're the first team in NFL history to have back-to-back offensive PI calls on them in the last 10 seconds of a game. And I just don't understand why it's just not being talked about. How it just seems that the Lions are always coming up on the end of these you know what I mean? These calls. I remember the Calvin Johnson call against the Bears. They scored a touchdown, and the way Calvin Johnson got up, pushing the ball on the ground, they ruled it an incomplete pass. When Jim Schwartz was the coach,
it's always the Lions.
Forsett had this huge running play. The guy was clearly down. Schwartz throws the challenge flag. It was like the first year of the challenge, but touchdowns are automatically reviewed. But since Schwartz challenged the play, they couldn't review it. They just gave him the touchdown. And the worst part of the season is, dude, this NFL year is so fucking wide open, Jim. And the Lions are going to miss the playoffs. And I hate to do it, but a big reason is the officials. Now, yeah, technically I should be happy because I have a future bet on them not to make it.
I do think officiating's been worse this year, though. Just in general, too.
The officiating this year has been so fucking bad. You can call false starts in every single play. Speaking of false starts, did you see how Patrick Mahomes, he lined up bikes for his offensive line, lined them up in a straight line, and the one for Simmons, the guy that always does the false start, he pushed a little back. Respect.
I like it.
But no, you're right. The officiating this season has been god fucking awful. And I don't think the league is rigged. But when there's this many bad calls, it doesn't help the situation.
It doesn't help when you can give credence to the conspiracy theorists out there. And I see someone asking who I'm narking on. This is a Magnum PI mustache. What do you think?
Dude, look at this, dude.
Yeah, it's a Magnum PI stash. Or a 70s porn stash.
I mean, dude, maybe you're an old school porn star. I don't know, man.
I do get the guys at the casino call me Ron Jeremy every time I come in.
Ooh. No, but you're right. The officiating this year has been god fucking awful.
Is there a reason that the refs aren't full-time employees by the league?
I have no idea. No fucking clue. No fucking clue. Okay, here we go. Thoughts on the Metcalf situation.
UFL did it better. The UFL did it better. You remember Samson Nakua? That man actually punched a fan.
Okay, so here's my thing. I don't know what was said, but I do know a video.
Apparently, he called DK his government name.
Is that a compliment or insult given his history with the law?
I take it as a compliment myself.
So
But
anyway,
I heard he was called I heard the fan called him his government name. Like he said whatever the D stands for.
all I know is there's a video going around with him saying that's what I wanted to accomplish.
Well, apparently DK had already reported this guy when DK was on the Seahawks.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. There's already some stuff going on there. He'll be fined a bunch. Do we know what the actual punishment is?
He got suspended for 2 games.
Fine too, or just the suspension?
Fine. He's gonna miss. The thing is it's like $554K. He's gonna miss. But the bigger thing is now the Steelers can void his contract because of the of him missing 2 games. He had a guaranteed contract. They can void his contract. Yeah, fuck the Bears. See, here's the thing. I'm not in Chicago right now. I'm in Michigan for the holiday, but dude, Chicago fans, like, dude, I am so happy for you guys. You guys have a winner. You guys are. Like,
don't apologize. Don't apologize, Chicago fans.
But here's the thing. When I start spewing out numbers, and these are actual numbers about stuff that's going on, and then you say the numbers are wrong and I have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about fucking opinions. I'm talking about fucking numbers that show up with how bad this team is. That's all I'm going to say.
And maybe it's not, maybe you can call me an NFL casual, but it's reminded me a little bit of the Chiefs last year.
They're the Vikings from last year.
That too.
They're the Vikings
getting away with a lot.
Also, the other thing is, so here in Chicago, they're trying to find a stadium. They were going to go to Arlington Heights, where the racetrack was. They tore that down. They were going to go there. There's a thing going on with the state. Now there's a possibility they could go into Indiana and build a stadium down in Indiana. Play Renegade.
Damn right.
Let's go ahead. Let's get into some bets. Before we get into some bets, you know what, Jim? We need to look back. We need to see how we did last week. Nice 4-2 week last week with Gino hitting the Browns plus 10.5, the Jags plus 3.5, but lost the Colts plus 6.5. Old Uncle Rico hit the Raiders plus 14.5. Jefferson over 54.5 receiving yards, but lost Parkinson over 32.5 receiving yards. For the show, we are 54, 39, and 3 in our bets. And fuck Sean McVay for throwing to anyone but Parkinson and throwing to their third string tight ends. That should have been a clean sweep for me. But you know what? It's been a good week. It's been a good season. Interested to see where your head's at. And you're going to my favorite bet in the world, Jim, for the first one.
Oh yeah, baby! I haven't been able to do it on our regular show just because it's bowl season, so I can't just tease all these games together. I had to do a tease, Eric. I had to do a tease, and we're doing a nice Christmas Day tease. Teasing the Cowboys down to 1 over the Commanders. I'm teasing the Lions down to 1.5, minus 1.5, and the Broncos down to -7 for plus 150. Come on.
Jesus.
It is a little square. It's an old favorites tease, but come on. Get back to my roots.
I cannot wait. This is what's going to happen Christmas Day. I'm going to wake up, and as you know, like, because of what is going on here, I am going to be doing everything for Christmas, doing all the preparing. I'll be slaving in the kitchen, Jim. I'll turn on Netflix. I'll miss the first quarter. Lions will be down 17-21. They'll get up 24-21. And then Max Brosby or whoever the hell is playing quarterback for the Vikings will lead a last-second comeback, and Rock CM will give up a touchdown to Justin Jefferson.
You're gonna get 9, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I am. I am
9. Oh,
but you know what? I have a bet, dude. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs, dude, plus 13.5. This is a pure numbers play for me. Last time these teams met in Denver, the Chiefs were a 4-point favorite on the road. Now they're laying 13. You know what I mean? The Broncos were getting 4 at home. Now they're laying 13 at home. Mahomes is Mahomes, but that's a 17-point drop. And when you factor in home field and everything, You're telling me Patrick Mahomes is worth 20 points to the line? With a Denver Broncos team. You remember when Denver went to, where was it, Germany? And they're laying 10.5 against the New York Jets, who finished the game with -10 passing yards and won by 2 goddamn points. You're expecting that Broncos team is going to be able to win with margin. Now, Okukum from South Dakota State is mobile. He's going to be able to extend plays. I don't think the Chiefs are going to lay down against a division rival that can clinch the division. Total of the game is 36.5. The spread is 13.5. That's betting 101. High spread, low total. You take the dog. Most of the Chiefs were back at practice this week. I don't trust Knicks to cover with this margin. The Chiefs have failed to cover in 7 straight games. And historically, teams on a 7-game cover drought hit at a business casual gym 64% of the time. Chiefs are at a low. I know people think they're going to be tanking. I don't think they're going to lay down here. And this Denver team, I mean, look at
that's what I was going to say.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to trust the Broncos to win with that much margin.
Well, I don't think the Broncos haven't really been blowing. They've been winning these games consistently, but I don't think they've been blowing out a bunch of these teams.
No, not at all. They should have lost to the Giants. Should have lost to the Jets. I mean, there's a laundry list of teams they just should have lost to. I think this team they could have lost to the Raiders on that Thursday night game. And this team is just dog shit, dude. Next one, my friend. Where are you going?
Next bet, I am going with the Packers-Ravens over. I get that there's no DK. I do not care. I think the Ravens defense has not left me impressed. I think both teams will be able to put up points. Give it to me. Give me some action this weekend.
I think the big thing is the Packers aren't going to be able to stop shit. If Malik Willis is going, that's going to be awful for the Ravens defense. Ravens have some huge locker room issues. Yep. I think Lamar is going to be able to play, and with no Micah Parsons, this Packers defense is just fucking brutal. The Raiders beat the Pats, lost to Denver by 3 on the road. Yep.
Denver's played everyone close.
Denver just can't win with margin. It's just been like that every single time. My next bet, and I am doing what I do, Jim. You know what I say, my friend? I say,
what is it? Ugh.
Take Mike Tomlin as a dog. We fade him as a favorite.
Love it.
Up. Tomlin is just 48% ATS as a favorite, 45% ATS as a road favorite. When laying 3.5 or more on the road, it drops all the way to 38%. Now add in the DK suspension. That's a big hit for the Steelers offense. Their ability to move the ball. On the other side, the Browns defense is still elite. 5th overall in DVOA, 8th against the pass DVOA, 5th against the run DVOA. PFF has them 2nd best defense in the league, 2nd best against the run, and the number 1 pass rush. I've got real questions about how the Steelers offense moves the ball. The Browns blitz at one of the highest rates in the league, the 4th overall. Steelers have offensive line issues. Rodgers grades out at 29.8 per PFF when it comes to ball security under pressure. Cleveland also plays man coverage at the highest rate in the league. Per Summer Sports, when Rodgers faces man coverage with pressure, he's completing just 36% of his passes. And this is the highest negative EPA number I've seen. He is a negative 8.68 EPA against man while facing pressure. On top of that, Browns have been the most profitable home team against the number over the last 3 seasons, 68%. I also like fading teams that have covered 3 straight games. Those teams are just 46% against the number, 44% when on the road, 42% when they are road favorites. One more thing. If the Ravens lose to the Packers, the Steelers essentially are playing for nothing, have the division wrapped up. Who are they going to play? You know what I mean? Like, anyone I think is questionable is just immediately going to get pulled out. And that's what makes things really interesting. Because who's the backup quarterback, Jim? Mason Rudolph. Who is going for the sack record? Myles Garrett. Could it be Myles Garrett sacks Mason Rudolph to set the record. That
would be beautiful, actually.
Justin Fields, what is up, my friend? Let's go ahead. What is your next bet, Jimmy?
All right, my next bet. I'm doing it. I'm taking the Panthers as a dog, baby. Anytime they're a dog, I just sprinkle. I always say sprinkle on that money line for the Panthers. I love them on the spread, but I'm picking them outright over the Seahawks. Coming to Carolina, Darnold's looked a little flaky. I don't trust that win against the Rams. They're coming off of a huge one. Give me the Panthers. Come on. It's the Panthers' year. I already sprinkled on the Panthers to win the NFC, dude.
To win the NFC?
Yeah.
Not the South. To win the whole fucking NFC.
No, to win the whole thing. Yeah, to make the Super Bowl.
Jesus Christ. Yep.
Yeah.
What is he, like 4'0". Bryce Young is pretty spot. Jim, that's a ballsy bet. That's a ballsy bet. My next bet and last one for the show, I am going to play a prop. Give me Saquon Barkley over 80.5 rushing yards. Jim, I got a saying, nothing motivates people more than money. And with Saquon Barkley, he needs just 155 more total yards to get a $250K bonus. With this matchup, I think the Eagles know exactly what the game plan is, pound the rock. The Bills have really struggled against the run. DVOA has them as the 31st worst run defense in the league. PFF has them as 28th. They're giving up 144 rushing yards per game. That's 30th in the NFL. Over the last week, that number jumps to 156 yards per game on the ground. When you look at recent running backs against Buffalo, I think he's going to – I know they haven't – I know they struggled, but I mean, Sanders looked good. He only had 11 carries. Jenkins left early last week with that nasty ankle injury, so we can't really take that with a grain of salt. But the game before that, Trayvon Henderson had 146 yards. Barkley himself has gone over this number in 2 of his last 3 games, averaging 111 rushing yards, 5.3 yards per carry. Add in the conditions, it's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, it's going to be ugly in Buffalo on Sunday.
Very.
I think Philly leans heavily on the run here. I know people are going to say, why not just take the rushing and receiving yards combined? He's just never using the rushing in the receiving game. You know what I mean? He's going to get the bulk of this stuff on the ground. I'm just going to take the rushing total. 80.5 shot around.
I've got one other gross thing to give out, Eric.
Okay.
I have a little round robin for the people.
Jesus, Jimmy, give it out, man.
The Houston Texans. The Houston Texans over the Chargers.
Oof.
Yeah, I know. The Carolina Panthers, like I already displayed there.
Jeez.
Your Cleveland Browns, outright.
Okay, now we're talking.
And the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm going to definitely be on the Colts. I didn't get a chance to write that one up. They're kind of
almost 60-1 for just the straight up parlay, by the way.
60-1 for the straight up parlay. Jim, I'll tell you this off screen. It's not an on screen conversation. I'll tell you this off screen. Jim, I'd like to wish you a happy holiday. Christmas is right around the corner. I know you got 1,000,005 things going on. I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, coming on, talking a little shop when you tell everyone where they can find you, my friend.
You can find me everywhere at XFL Gym, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I am all over. I have a Christmas video dropping tomorrow. The gyms celebrating Christmas. It's a very fun festival.
You can call my Texans butter because they've been on a roll. Hey,
that defense is legit, dude. That defense is so hot.
I'll tell you what, dude. I think grinding out that Raiders plus 14.5 took at least 6 months off my life last week. At least 6 months off my life, but I'm not going to complain. But appreciate everyone tuning in. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. Give that man a follow. Check out PropX. Use promo code ETOFT21. Happy holidays to you and your own. Also, watch the X's of Christmas Pass on Tubia. I think it's on Tubia. You'll see old Uncle Rico as an extra, dude.
Ooh.
Making the old Christmas debut. Appreciate it, Jimbo. We'll talk soon, man. Best of luck in your bets.
Later, man.